Hello. Ooh, welcome. It's us again in your ear holes and maybe in your eyeballs, wherever you listen to this. Yeah. This is maybe this reaches you pre-recorded. Ooh, spooky messages from the past. Yeah, it's me, your boy, Shalom underscore on the Twitch and stuff. And it's Hermithy, her. I don't
Hermithy.
know. It is Ancastasia on the Twitch without an
I'm
underscore,
not a hermit.
a famous video game developer, and yeah, we are here with the podcast. That's not called. It's not called Chat. It's not called Prince. But we are just hanging out for an hour or so every week. We are back on all bullshit. Well, hi, hello, Anca.
Hello, Shalama. Thanks for doing that intro because I would hate doing it.
Well, I like attention. I'm an attention-seeking whore.
Well, I can't say I'm not. It's just like I like to obtain it without speaking.
Well, I don't know how else to get it.
Yeah,
So
I mean, me neither. I don't really know how else to get it, so I have to speak anyway. That's the tragedy of
ever
it.
since ever since I've been a young boy, my mom had to tell me to, chill out, man. I know you're excited about something, but you don't have to tell me everything every time. Yeah, that's just how it goes.
Yeah, you've been a talker since the early days.
I was a quiet child until I wasn't, but that's how they often are. I've worked with children and I've observed this with children. As soon as you gain their trust and they warm up, suddenly they have to get all the information out that they usually keep inside because they're too shy to talk to anybody else. That's how that works.
They're like a lake behind a dam.
Yeah, all beavered up, all dammed up, and then the beavers leave. It breaks, and suddenly you have it gushing.
All beavered up
Gobble,
sounds very
go,
wrong.
eh, take it as you will.
You you you
You were.
you got you got a beaver in there?
I don't know. I think I've only ever seen a beaver once in my entire lifetime.
I probably saw one in a zoo.
I saw one in a creek or something, or like a small lake when I was on an expedition with my university course, because that's something biologists do.
Oh, you did field trips.
Yeah, with a bug catching net, catching bugs and putting them in jars alive and figuring out what they are and then releasing them again and categorizing everything and giving the data to the authorities to know what species are around.
We did that once in my degree too, but I had nothing to do with biology because I studied like media, just media. I don't know how to call it. And we just had this, like, I don't know, random 1 day course where we were just supposed to do some kind of, I don't even know what, just like researching something or like collecting information about something random. And we formed groups,
Oh
and
wow.
my group just went to like the park to look at how many type of different bugs we could see. Like we were using this app
Oh.
to find as many bugs as possible and like put them in there so that they get reported at a certain location.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an easier way to do it maybe. We were gone for like a week. We had to sleep in like a research station.
Oh, you
And
guys actually went like outside of the
yeah.
city.
It was a proper expedition. Yeah.
Mm.
There's a station that the University of Hamburg has in a more remote, like small town, villagey place. And we stayed there for a week. And every day we went out to catch species in different environments, like different types of grass plains, like swampy areas, foresty areas. And then we had our little book, our little insect book. I mean, big, small. It's kind of big. It's a chunky book with a lot of insects in it, and
So
you
not
had
a
to
small, not that small after
no,
all.
you had to manually figure out what insect you had, and some of them were insanely small. Like there's some very beautiful but insanely small insects out there that you wouldn't even notice, like smaller than the head than a pin hat.
Were you having to use a magnifying glass to see the details on them?
Yes. Yes.
That sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Was fun. Very beautiful, small things. Kind of neat. Found a snack. I think it wasn't strictly a snack. I think it was a one of those, strictly speaking, a reptile that doesn't, like a legless lizard, which is not a snake,
What? There
but more
there are
like a lizard
legless
without legs.
lizards that are not snakes.
I don't know how else to describe it, but technically they are not snakes. They are not venomous. They are more like a lizard without legs. They are not snakes.
I'm finding that there's a thing called slow worms.
Well,
Are
that's not what I was
snake-like
thinking about.
snake-like legless lizards in the family Anguidae. It's an
Mhm.
actual thing. What is a
It
fossil
was like
species though?
I don't know, maybe they don't exist in recent day anymore.
Well, but they are like living
Mhm,
fossils.
mhm.
They are categorized as living fossils.
Well, an example, I'm trying to find the English name currently, which is the Blindschleiche, which directly would translate to the blind sneak.
Blind snake. Are you sure you don't
Yeah,
mean
this
blind worms? Because
it is a slow worm. Yeah, those are slow
they're the
worms
same
actually, or
thing.
blind worms.
Blind
Yes.
worms and slow
In
worms
German,
are the same thing.
yeah. In German, they're a compound word of blind and the noun for a sneaky thing. So a sneak, kind of.
A sneak.
Yeah, a blind sneak.
So it sneaks a lot.
And they are legless lizards.
That's so weird.
I know, right?
Blindschleiche.
But it's they just happen. They just came about differently.
Hmm.
They're still
So don't
cute
they
though.
have they still have the split tongue thing? Is that a lizard thing?
Yeah, I think that's just a lizard thing.
I somehow
Yeah.
thought that the split tongue was only a snake thing somehow.
When you look at them, their heads also look a little different. Like their heads are tiny little small things. I think the snake that I found was a ringelnatter, actually. Or
Yeah,
was it? No,
ring
it wasn't a
nutter.
snake, I think. Hey, maybe it was a snake, actually. But a harmless one. Yeah. It was black. Looked really pretty. Like obsidian black.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh,
They are burrowing lizards.
yeah. Apparently, they're not that common in Germany, but you can see them sometimes. Apparently. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Look at the boy.
Look at the boy. Oh, speaking of boys, I was going to mention it on another stream that I did last week, but then Anka came into my stream and was like, you should really be watching this award show. And I was like, okay, fine, we're watching this award show, and now I owe chat, and now I'll just bring it into the podcast as a revenge. Uh, this very very trivial bit of information, which is that I had sadly no longer. Technically, I still do though. Two, not one, but two shower spiders,
Excuse
little
me?
little shower buddies. Well, there's like my shower has a bit of space above the shower head, and there's like a vent. So I guess there's air circulation, and for some reason, I have like those gangly spiders. They have really long legs and like a little bulbous body.
Aren't those just the
Those
typical
boys.
spiders you see in an apartment?
Well, there's plenty different ones too, like the ones with like thicker legs and stuff. But I mean, like the really thin leggy boys that are very very harmless. And
Yeah, I
I
just
had two of
normally see
those.
those in apartments.
Yeah,
Like the ones with really long legs but tiny bodies in the middle.
I see the other ones too, but for some reason, only the long leggy boys stay around for longer times, long enough to have them become basically a thing of your place. But I was thinking that what are the odds of two of them being in the bathroom in that corner above my shower head? When I'm showering, I'm looking at them. And I'm thinking that they're doing a great service, probably, because if they're there, that should mean there's enough insects for them to nom on, right? Otherwise, what's the point?
Maybe, I don't know, maybe they just kind of got lost.
I mean, they got there somehow. I don't know how they figure out where they're gonna go to get their nom on. But I have like three in my place right now. It's like that season for them to be out in force to nom all the tiny flying insects.
So you had two spiders watching you shower.
Yeah, that's all. It's very trivial information, but I felt robbed of it. Robbed of the opportunity to spread it. There you
Why
go.
why couldn't you spread the information about spiders while watching the award show from Amaze?
Because I got too distracted.
Sad. Yeah, I apologize then. I did bulldoze you with the link to that because it was I was in Berlin over the weekend
Yeah,
and
this is
on
your
Friday
segue.
night. Huh?
This is your segue.
My segue. No, it's
Yeah.
not. I don't know how much I want to talk about the Games Fest that I was at because I feel like I already talked enough about it, unless people still had specific questions that I somehow didn't cover. Otherwise, it just happened and I forced you to watch the award show and not what you were going to
Well,
do.
people that might listen to this might not have any clue about what that stream was and what this watch show was. You got to treat it like that, you know. Anca went to a maze, which is a very artsy game. It's not a convention, right? It's just a festival.
Yeah. I mean,
It's more like an exhibition.
you can also treat it as a convention too. You still can meet with people and make like business meetings.
Hmm.
It's kind of unclear to me where the differences are between conventions and festivals sometimes.
I found it a little confusing because I know that the guy hosting it, the head honcho, the big guy. Well, at the beginning, I saw that. Was it Thursday? I'm not sure. He was talking about how this should grow, how it's an international thing, right? It's
Yes.
not German. It's all in English. Funnily
Yeah.
enough, I mean, it's in
Yeah.
Berlin. It's not a surprise. Everybody in Berlin, even the Germans, speak English, basically.
True. True. Berlin is very international.
Yeah, it's such a stereotype too, though. Like a German's going to Berlin and being like, "Why the fuck are all the people, even the Germans, are talking English? What is this? What's wrong with you? What's up with these people?"
Yeah. Maybe I should move to Berlin.
I mean, maybe you don't have to speak German, I
Yeah, that would be a
suppose.
relief.
Yeah, imagine having to speak German in Germany.
Yeah.
Yikes!
I hate that.
I will. I wouldn't mind too much either. I mean, I've mostly worked in jobs where you also speak English a lot, though. I guess to me, it actually isn't that weird. I've spent a lot of time speaking English to people. It's not that uncommon. It depends. If you are more near IT, I think it happens more often too.
Yeah, I mean, I've managed to kind of do a lot of that in Hamburg too. I'm just like, I'm lazy to practice the
Mhm.
language and improve it enough that I no longer feel fucking inadequate using it. So I'd rather just like invest my time in other things right now. And that's just always the case.
When did you learn English?
When I was a
To anybody that
child,
doesn't know, Anka, neither Anka nor I are native English speakers. When you were a child, like what age
I don't know,
would you
like
say?
I learned it from like watching cartoons on TV and then I had it a bit in kindergarten and then I had it from like the first grade onwards, I think. Yeah, the first grade. So it was just like always there, always a thing
Yeah.
from very early on.
That sounds really early though, because for me it was when I was about 12, which feels a lot later than what you're saying.
Yeah, well, because I watched a lot of cartoons, Cartoon Network stuff and as a child, like before even
Mm.
I went to school. So I picked it up from there, I was just like hanging out in the apartment just chatting to myself in English while my mom was like, "What the fuck are you talking? What are
Wow,
you doing?"
that's crazy
It
because
was kind of weird, I guess if
I
you
didn't
think
have
about it.
access to English media until I got like full access to the internet and I discovered ways to consume English original voice over
Wow.
media.
Well, I guess I mean, that's kind of strange to me, but is that because Germany had much more like
Yes.
basically television that was dubbed? While in Romania,
Still is.
stuff you
Yeah.
would find on TV was often also just like TV
Yeah.
stations that were just in the language like English or
You
whatever,
if you
original
turn
stuff.
on like I don't watch TV anymore. I've not watched TV properly for like 10 years, but I'm assuming it's
Same.
still the same because I don't see why it would be any different. But if you turned on the TV at least when I was watching TV, there is a 0% chance you will see any program that is not fully dubbed into German. And there are some very rare cases where you have like Arte, which is like a very artsy channel that is semi French,
Mhm.
that you would have the original language, often still dubbed over the original speaker in documentaries and stuff. You will still hear the original voice. Or just, if not, like in very rare cases on MTV, they would have interviews with stars, maybe that. And then you would have subtitles in German. But that was like the super, super rare case. If one of the most famous shows outside of Germany when I grew up was probably Wetten das with Thomas Gottschalk, where they had there's a lot of meme videos or like videos looking at that show because it was weird. There's like a forklift driver able to open beer bottles with the forklift fork, and he has to open 10 beer bottles without breaking them. Will he do it or will he not? And then they have Madonna sitting on the couch, and the host is like, "Hey, Madonna, uh,
Wait, did they actually have
glaubst du, dass
Madonna?
Yes.
What?
Glaubst du, dass er das kann? And then they have a little man in her ear translating directly to her. And then when she would talk, they would just have someone dub over her live.
Wow.
So you wouldn't even hear her voice properly.
That's so
Yeah.
weird that they weren't just doing the show in English. I guess, I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
like, it would be kind of expecting the audience to understand everything at that point, but yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess like the radio TV stations we were getting, like a lot of them, at least like we had MTV and Cartoon Network and stuff, and that was just like it wasn't a German station. It was like wherever, probably
yeah.
US or so. Like I don't know how we were getting that, but it was not translated at all.
Even our Takeshi's Castle, you know that show?
Kind of. Also, I'm trying to understand what wetten does even mean. Wanna bet that? Oh,
Yes,
I
exactly. Want to
see.
bet that. And
So you so they were just
yeah.
like betting who's going, whether that person is gonna complete the challenge or not.
Yeah,
So
I'm
like
sure there's a list of the most bizarre challenges. There
Madonna
were
was
people
having
that
to
would
decide if this guy can open a beer bottle with a forklift.
Yeah, or not. And it would be like a dare. And I think if they lost, they had to do something. I'm actually not sure. But they always had insanely like top tier celebrities, like Tom Hanks level, like A tier celebs from Hollywood and musicians. And that was the show that they would go to. And you would sometimes, I would watch Conan and which is the only late night host I ever enjoyed watching, apart from maybe the Irish guy that stopped. I forgot his name. Craig Ferguson, that one. And the guests sometimes would be like, "Yeah, I once went over to Germany, and I was on this show that is really famous there." And there were a few people I've heard talk about their time on that show and how weird it was. And the perception outside of Germany is really just, "Oh, yeah, that's just a really weird thing the Germans do." Thanks. Yeah, that's great. That is how we get portrayed outside of Germany, and
But
that's like one of the
why?
authentic things they take with them.
Why? Because it
What?
was like these challenges were like really bizarre.
Yeah, yeah. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna sniff cake and I can tell you if there's sugar in it or something." Not that, but stuff like that. Like that's the level of silly. I can tell the lawnmower by the sound it makes when you rev the engine.
Oh my
Stuff like that.
god. Well,
I I can tell my wife's burp from 100 other women,
maybe
dumb.
that is not unrealistic because when somebody burps, there's a little bit of their voice that can come through. I don't know.
I don't know. But or like opening beer cans and they can tell what beer it is by the sound. I don't just very insanely niche talents.
Imagine training for that. Like, because I
Yeah,
assume that if people were going to sign up for this challenge, they probably trained for quite some time to like distinguish between
yeah.
bottles or like people's burps or like at
Yeah, I
least their
don't know.
spouse's burp. Like, I don't know if these people were prepared beforehand or they just kind of like signed up not knowing what challenge they were going to
No,
face.
no, 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 no. These were always people that signed up with a talent. Some
Yeah.
of them failed miserably because apparently they weren't that good as they claimed. And some of them were like, Oh, hello. I am York. I am the sniffer of the paint and the liquor, and I will I today I will show you. I can tell the paint from the licking and the taste. I will
This is
tell
fine. This
20.
is fine because Shalama is actually German, so it's fine for him to make fun of
Yeah,
German accent.
but it's like I will lick the 20 paints and will tell you the color from the flavor. That's what he will. That's what he would do.
So they could detect
Yeah,
the color from the taste of the paint. Yes.
so, shit like that. Yeah, insane stuff. And then the famous last show they did was someone friggin' ended up in a coma, and then they had to
Oh,
stop the show
oops.
forever. Yeah,
Oh,
oops.
yikes. Really it went,
They
oh
had a
my God, that
Yeah,
bad.
they had a guy that was like, "Hey, you know these bouncy, springy things you can use to jump really high, the jumpy shoes? I don't know what to call them, like spring shoes.
Oh, the spring
I can
shoes.
use them, and I can jump over cars with them that are coming towards me."
No.
Yes,
Oh, that is so
yes,
insane.
it is insane, insane. Yeah, I
My
was watching it
God.
live when the guy jumped over a car. It clipped the roof of the car, and then he was just laying on the ground motionlessly for like minutes. And then the host was like, "Okay, yeah, we are gonna cut away." Yeah, and yeah,
My
that ended the
God.
show
I can't
basically.
believe
And
they would be so
yeah,
insane to try that. Oh, man.
and this year they actually did a revisit. They did one last show. I guess the host didn't get enough. The host actually is also the spokesperson for Haribo in Germany and the Deutsche Post or Post Service (DHL). Yeah, yeah. He's a massive media personality, but also a big old look at me guy. Yeah, that was interesting.
What's
That
the
was very
relation
interesting.
between Haribo and the German Post?
I don't know. They're both insanely German products, I guess. I don't know. But Thomas Gottschalk, the host, and his brother, forgot his name, they were doing ads for the Post and also for Haribo a lot.
Speaking of ads, no, I'm not gonna do it. Just
Yeah.
trying, like, I just want to tell at least the way in which I was disillusioned. Can I at least
Mhm.
share that?
Oh, for sure. I want to know.
Because,
Well, I don't mind me while I eat my pizza, by the way.
yeah, you're eating pizza during the podcast. What the heck? Dude, I thought we were like officially on the podcast, not like in the eating break.
What do you mean?
Okay, I'll tell Chad about me discovering that Mark Rebellet had
Well, I'm not allowed to
done.
listen.
Yeah, but like you're munching in my ear while you're doing it.
Fine. Yeah. What?
Well, I found out today that 2 years ago, Mark Rebellet did an ad for a supermarket in Germany here called Edeka, which he was just like, he produced some song and was singing about it. And I thought it was really funny because at some point he's just like, he typically just has this very insane persona who seems just like very excited to perform. There goes some more crunch. But that's probably not getting picked up because I have a
Oh crap!
sound gate.
I muted myself, but on Discord, and I realized I'm not on Discord.
Well, it's good that I had that noise gate on. I think stream didn't pick it up. But yeah,
I wish it had.
Mark Rebelli was looking for the schmund in the Edeka.
Oh, not the
The
schmand.
schmund.
Oh god.
Because I guess he liked the word. Yeah. Also, I know that some people think that schmund in German means jizz. I don't know if that's true.
No, not jizz. Dick cheese.
Dick cheese. Oh, that might actually be worse.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Yeah, but I think it's a very regional thing that is not recent anymore. I think that's like a thing from my childhood.
Okay, okay. So it's more
There's-
like only
Mhm.
the those in the know, the OGs know that terminology.
Yeah, I did some research into that because I was unsure. And there are very few instances I could find on the internet where someone had the same association that I had learned as a kid.
That's a shame. You got to bring it back in circulation then.
Mhm. Isn't Dick Cheese also an artist? Or am I Richard Cheese? Yeah, Richard Cheese.
Dick cheese.
Yeah, Richard Cheese, right? I think that's an artist. I think he sings classically, but has actually a very nice voice,
Oh
as
man,
far as I remember.
I googled dick cheese.
Why? Why would you do that? That's so ill-advised. You really shouldn't be allowed to be on the internet, Anca. Why?
Yeah, too late. They should have stopped me
Uh,
a long time ago if they were afraid of what I could Google.
Shut it all down now. Yeah.
Oh, look, it's just
Go
like
on.
I'm just confused why the first result that I'm getting is from australianbodycare.com.
What? Is it
Yeah.
like Manscaped or some bullshit where they like clean your dick cheese with these dick cheese wipes?
Actually they are selling something. Let me click on this
Yeah, got
because clearly I need to
deck on
actually
your cheese. You got deck on your cheese, mate. You gotta use the deck cheese cleaner wipes to
uh
wipe the deck cheese off your deck.
why is this Australian? And now the results are appearing in Finnish. Even though it's the australianbodycare.com. This whole thing is so mixed up. Yeah,
I
it's
still wanted to say that the whole using Mark Redbelay, the guy, for ads in Germany is a very German thing to do as well, because they just use some international personality, preferably and a personality that is famous in America, and they will insert them into some ad campaign just because.
yeah, this is
Yeah,
commonly done in Germany because yeah, Mark Rebel
yeah,
I guess
also,
pretty big in the
yeah,
US.
yeah, also because of TikTok and everything, right? TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. With his stuff. I guess everybody knows that song by now, where he does the "wake the fuck up" thing. Yeah, but
I
he
just look.
he's
Can
just
we not?
following a trend. Yeah,
Can we not move on so quickly from the fact that there are actual articles, guides on this website about the truth about dick cheese, what it is, and how you can remove it?
look, listeners, I tried to save you.
There's a dick cheese care pack. I'm not kidding. I'm not making this up. I can add this to cart, and it's
It's just
still called
intimate
dick cheese.
wash. It's just intimate wash. Just,
I know,
also
but
don't
why
overly.
is it called dick
Yeah.
cheese?
Also, public
Okay.
service announcement: don't
Uh,
don't use aggressive soaps on your gentle parts. Mostly water is probably fine. That's very sensitive skin, more sensitive than your normal dermis, your arm
yeah.
skin or something.
Yeah. You need the sensitive washes for your sensitive parts.
Yes, if you're really paranoid about cleanliness, then you can buy specific washing stuff for your soft bits. Otherwise, just be gentle with water and don't use harsh soaps. Just this is a service announcement.
I hate
Yeah.
this fucking website. I need to close this. They take dick cheese way too seriously.
Well, yeah, well, a lot of that's the sad part is I've heard from too many men that they hadn't learned about taking care of stuff like that because they didn't have somebody in their life that told them about it. Either they didn't have a dad or their dad was just too emotionally stunted to be able to deal with telling their kid about stuff like that.
Is it a bacterial infection or is it just like the normal?
No, it's just because if you are not circumcised, you have everything is contained down there, then you got to clean it from time to time because there's like buildup of stuff. I don't know why we're talking about this, honestly. This is just basic hygiene. Clean your junk.
Because apparently some people need to be educated. That's why we're talking about it.
It's not our job. They won't listen to this to get educated about dick cheese.
How do you know they don't listen to us to learn about dick cheese?
And before this ends up making the podcast, the podcast still doesn't have a name, right? Odds are yeah, it's the Dick Cheese Corner. Well, are you happy now?
No, we're not calling him that. Richard wanted to
It's the
spread this message.
spread the clean your junk podcast.
Okay, we maybe that one could work.
Isn't there a thing like E for everyone? We should just call the podcast N for nobody.
Yeah, yeah, it's
It's for
definitely
nobody.
an N for nobody kind of podcast.
Yeah. Viewers' discretion is advised. Oh God.
Well, you don't want to
Yeah.
see what else I have as topics for today, then.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we need to have something non-genital related.
I don't know because I discovered this memes page and it's all German memes, and I wanted to ask
Oh,
you to explain some of
oh,
them.
oh God. Yeah. Um, Before that, can I talk about something quick? Because I feel like that's a
Sure.
podcast ender. I feel like that's something to end on. What you have there.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's a, I grew another thing I grew up with. Okay, I mean, yeah, we had like a lot of we had a lot of I don't know if famous is the right word. You know, I talked about how we had famous guests on that show, but Germany also always had this weird obsession with people from America, from Hollywood, like C-list, D-list celebrities. Like, oh, what is his name again? Bruce something on Germany's Next Top Model,
Bruce
one of the
Willis.
hosts, no, this is a like a model guy that I think he came from America.
What?
Bruce
So
Forsyth. Forsyth. No, uh, was it Bruce Campbell or something?
I don't know because you're saying they were not that famous.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the person. They had this host guy just called Bruce. I can literally just find him by his first name. Who is this? Who is this guy? Why can I not find this second name? I can find photos of him. Germany's Next Top Model Bruce, but there's never a second
Well,
name.
use
What is
reverse image
this?
search them.
Bruce Darnell. That's the guy. Bruce Darnell. Yeah. And that's not the only person. He's an American choreograph and model. And we had more people like
Oh,
that
wait,
I
is
feel like
this
we're not, yeah, this guy. He was famous in Germany because his German sounded like a very American, and he really leaned into that accent and his pronunciation and how his grammar was built.
so
And
but he
uh
knew
yeah.
German?
Yeah, he would speak German, but he would constantly use English as a crutch. And he fathered phrases like, well, he made phrases popular like, der Handtasche muss lebendig sein,
The
stuff like that.
the handbag needs to be lively.
It means to be alive, basically. Yeah, because when the model walked with it, she needs to treat it like it's the handbag needs to be, involved or
I
whatever. I
mean,
don't
I
know.
mean, okay, I see the point. Do I read out this part in Wikipedia
No,
that I found
this is
about this
not the
person?
point. That's not the point. The point is that we had this weird obsession with taking minor celebrities from America and just putting them here on the biggest TV channels into shows, and they just became German celebrities because it probably was much easier to breed into this market with just the quirk of they are from America and from Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's like we have Flula Borg, who is a German comedian that is famous in America. He also does music. He was on Conan O'Brien a lot. He was on Comedy Bang Bang a lot. Always does that German stereotype stuff.
Who?
But nobody in Germany knows him. Flula Borg.
It's just really hard to Flula. Sometimes I just don't understand what you're saying, so I have to ask again.
Oof. Such.
Sad, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Flula
yeah,
is
there's a
funny,
video from
but
Conan talking to
yeah.
Flula Borg
Yeah.
makes Conan more stupid.
And I think Flula has a podcast and all that stuff, and has been in acting stuff. And the
Oh,
UK has a German celebrity called Henning Wehn.
wait, so Flula Borg was that guy somebody sent me a video of him saying that
Yeah.
she's a party pooper. She poops at
Yes, that's
parties.
the guy. Yes. Flula
Yeah.
Borg is the party pooper guy.
I
Yes.
don't know what the word was. It Jennifer is a party pooper.
Jenny is a party
I
pooper.
don't
Might be.
know. I don't know who it was, but yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was such a
Yeah.
shockingly funny.
But the Brits get Henning Wehn, who is somebody that is entirely unknown in Germany as well. It's just this weird thing where someone from another country goes abroad and they become famous there, and nobody back home knows anything about them.
Yeah, Shalama. It's like me. I came here to Germany and I'll be famous.
Yeah, a
No, I
famous
won't even be
Romanian.
famous in Germany. I'll be famous,
We
I don't know
already have a
where.
famous Romanian guy, though.
You do? Who?
Yeah. Oh, it's one of those Schlager guys.
Oh no, not Schlager.
Yeah, but yeah, I forgot his name right now, but he's really famous in Germany.
E- Esther Peony. No. Peter Maffay.
No, Peter Maffay, yeah, that one. Peter Maffay, that one.
Wow, he
Yep.
was born in Brașov or Kronstadt
Hmm.
in Romania. What do you
He
know?
has a nice voice. Like, I mean, I like his singing voice, but yeah, he just like German Schlagery stuff. It's not that Schlager heavy. It's more just German music, kind of. It's very emotional and cheesy. Yeah, kind of Schlagery. That's not the story I wanted to bring up though. Before we go to the last bit of the podcast, I don't know. I didn't want this to take this long.
This is
What are you
Peter
doing?
Maffay. I
Yeah, that's the
I
guy.
am notified that I'm getting these weird DMs on Steam, so I have to put them up for people who are watching the video.
Sure. All right. I have that Popcat. I do have that. Yeah. After 20 years is what I wanted to say. Uh, the TV channel Astro TV, Astro. That's not. I'm making fun of it. Um, Astro TV is
Astro?
ending.
What do you throw in there?
Astro is ending.
Astral?
You might get it from the name. It's an esoteric astrology channel. It was on TV for all my TV watching years, basically. And I would sometimes see it, and it would be made fun of in the sketch comedy shows and in like satirical media, because how outlandish the stuff on there sometimes was. Because they were very exploitative. You would have people call in, and it basically was like a mega church thing. We don't really have um, TV church stuff in Germany, but we did have this channel where people would get addicted basically to calling in and getting their bullshit advice on how to lead their life and spend all their money on the call hotline that was mega expensive.
So literally having like a call-in fortune teller.
Yeah. Basically like a call-in fortune teller, and they would have some people that were just really good at making up some bogus about why these people needed to do certain choices in their life about whatever questions they had. Yeah. The whole entire thing was based on like having a hotline, and you would call in and they would do tarot for you, or they would just have a medium that would give you spiritual advice while waving their hands around and
Ooh.
giving you yeah.
Is that why you
Yeah.
make these ooh sounds every time you start your streams? Because you're
No,
starting a seance?
no, I don't. Anything I do is entirely non-bogus. Thank you very much.
That's exactly what somebody who does only bogus would say.
I don't make stuff up and give people life advice on very important things that decide how their life will keep going on.
But what if you started
Uh,
doing that first as a meme and then it actually turns into like, no, this is legit?
mhm. I love the element of improv, so I would have a lot of fun doing that if people did that with me on my streams. But the thing is that I would always make a very good point of this is not actual advice. Please don't do this. It's like pirate software. But I would like to just give improvised silly advice on silly problems that are entirely made up.
Well, I would be
What are you
interested.
doing?
I don't know. Today I'm so
Are
spaced
you
out.
voguing?
I'm voguing over here just to like
Wow.
have something to do. Because before that, I was like scribbling on some paper and that was distracting me. I'm just having a very ADHD day. I don't know.
It turns out before the podcast, we talked about how you were tired and you needed some time to get going, and how I was bored waiting for that. And you were saying that I would need Subway Surfers to distract myself from waiting. Maybe you need Subway Surfers to bear doing the podcast with me.
Don't claim that I'm projecting here. Don't turn this one on me. Oh, Shalama, come on. I have this meme for you. Do you want to do a meme from this
Yeah, I'm
Instagram
done with
channel?
my. I just wanted to bring up that Astro TV thing. Also, by the way, even though it's gone, it's not gone. It's just digital now, so they can rip off people with PayPal.
Oh my god, they still
Probably.
do Astro TV?
Yeah, they still do it.
Oh
And
my
they also got in
god.
trouble a while ago because they didn't make it clear that kids could not call, and they had kids call them and pay a lot of money.
Look how purple it is.
Yeah.
It's a very
Yeah,
purple
it's
website.
don't go there,
Astro
man. That place
Shop
doesn't deserve any attention.
Spiritualität. Yeah. Well, I just wanted
They
to
do
see that it existed.
Lebensberatung. They
Yeah.
give life advice. They broadcast out that what they are doing is life advice,
They
which
give
is so
you
stupid.
they sell you jewelry and precious
Yeah.
stones and stuff for your living
Mhm.
room.
Mind you, somebody giving good life advice to somebody, like because of experience and finding out what someone should do with their stuff by asking them and having a genuine interest in their problem is not a bad thing in all cases. But doing it and then claiming that you can back it up with some hocus pocus bullshit that you cannot prove and it's just whatever you feel like just right now with, because if you ate something silly or whatever. Oh, the gas in my stomach tells me that because I need to fart in 5 minutes. So you should not take that promotion. You should give this prince all your money that mailed you yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't do that.
Anyway, yeah, you wanted to show me something.
Yeah, I do have something for you. You might hate it, but that's why it's here, kind of. It says, wie Deutsche an Ostern mit ihren Partnerinnen zur Familie fahren, um aktiv nicht zu gendern.
What?
I need you to translate and put
Uh,
this into context.
I'm struggling to do any even process this.
Oh, he's
It's
in
a
pain already.
First off, this is an image where someone took a bun and they cut out like they basically from the short side
They
in
made
the
the
middle they cut out
Wienermobile.
a space to put wieners in as people into the bun with lettuce as the back for the seats. I don't know.
And they
And then they
have,
put cucumbers at the wheels on it. And
yeah,
they
it's
drew
amazing.
eyes on the hot dogs and cut out little mouths. Hot dog baby.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the contraption is pretty impressive, but what about the caption?
Yeah, the caption that's on it reads how Germans on Easter drive to their families with their partner to actively not gender anybody.
I don't understand.
They don't want to gender anybody. The joke doesn't translate because the joke itself is gendering. It uses partner asterisk innen, which is a way that Germans use to gender words,
You mean
and
just
they don't want to.
grammatically?
You want to, yeah, because German is a gendered language, and you have partner is the male and partnerin is the female. So partner is also the plural for men, and partnerinnen is female partners.
Mm-hmm.
So doing this word contraption with the asterisk is how you gender, and some people use this in speech. And there's the biggest thing with gender stuff in Germany online, kind of also like in the office and everywhere, is that people get unnecessarily pissed off when people use this because they hate doing the blanket gendering. And I never fully understand if it's because, oh, I hate doing the blanket gendering because it's so impersonal and it just is lazily being tolerant of people and supportive, or if it's they just hate catering to anybody that might be one gender or the other. I don't really know. It's just a massive annoying topic in Germany,
Yeah,
the gender
people
thing.
somehow get really triggered by this shit. What really annoys me about it is just that I never know how to do it because, like, I don't know if I should put a slash or an asterisk there, but like,
Oh, that's the fun part. There is no right way to do it.
yeah, that's the thing. They've not just standardized
Yeah.
this in any way.
There are university letters, company announcements, and all those things about, oh, we are now gendering this way. So everybody please do it that way. They don't do the partner in with an asterisk after the male word and then putting the female at the end. That's another issue. A lot of gendering happens because the root word is male, and then you attach another ending bit to make it female. So basically, you put the men word there, and then you add the female thing at the end as like an afterthought, which is also kind of weird.
Oh, it's
So you also,
so
yeah,
annoyingly tiring.
you get the partner asterisk innen which looks clunky, then you can have a slash in there, like that's possible. Or some people do it with they just write it all together without anything in between, partner innen, and then they use the I in the innen, that's how you say I in Germany, it's E. And they just capitalize that. They just capitalize the I and just write it all
Yeah,
together.
like the capitalization too is like another way to do it.
It's so annoying. Yeah. It's similar to like
The
Latinx and
problem
Latin
is,
culture, which is also a discussion topic.
in the end, I still don't understand this meme or whatever, because the joke is that they are avoiding using the gendering language, but it doesn't fit at all with the sausages in the fucking car thing.
Honestly, I don't fully get it.
Yeah, this is
The comments would have to provide context, but then this is social media, and when I browse TikTok and stuff, I realized that the comment sections are useless because some people will make jokes and then will never admit that it is a joke. So you never get if it's sarcasm or not. So sarcasm doesn't work at all anymore. It's even worse than it used to be on the internet. Or it's just people hating each other.
I don't know.
It, it's impossible to gather useful information. And don't know.
Yeah, like the text only says this ain't Texas from the
Yeah,
original poster, so that doesn't help anything. Also, there's like 6, I think, or so pictures in here. It's not like a
yeah.
single image, so
I think they're making fun of people that are against being tolerant and shit. I think
probably.
it's against like conservative thinking,
These are so
but I'm
terrible.
really not sure.
This account is called Sveamouse on Instagram, and I don't know, they always
Mm.
post these really like old photos that seem kind of like
Mhm.
like freaking royalty free or
Royal?
whatever. Not
Oh,
royal. Okay, here's
yeah.
another
This
one
is a
for you.
German royal. Yeah, this is a German royal, famous, the queen
Of turquoise.
of Flutenstapen,
Yeah, I meant stock
which
photos. I wasn't like,
yeah, yeah.
couldn't pull that word
This
up.
is
Well, come on,
she.
Shalama. There's another one.
Well, I'm reading it. It says krasse Challenge gestern mit Tanzverbot und dem neuen Beyoncé-Album. Da hat Gott uns ganz schön geprüft. Oh God, this is just cringe. Oh, sick, wicked challenge yesterday with a dance, with the dance for forbidding. I don't know what you say. Dance. You're not allowed to dance. It's hard to switch languages sometimes. Tanzverbot just means it's there's a
Who
there's
who forbids you to dance? Like, what? Why is that a thing? Is that a religious
this is
thing?
no. I'm pretty sure this is all figurative. You are interpreting too much. Honestly, I think you're interpreting too much. There is no depth to this. I think this is just what it says. It's just silly. It's just shit posting. Uh, ban. I finally found the word. Yeah. So like wicked challenge yesterday with the dance ban and the new Beyonce album. God really tested us then. Yeah.
Oh gosh, why
This
do
is
these
just
hurt so
Alman
much?
humor. Yeah, this is just Alman humor. This is basically old people Facebook humor in any
But
language.
I don't understand. How is it even humor?
Because this is like you have Chantal in the office, right? And for some reason, maybe there is a religious thing that you're not supposed to celebrate for some reason. I don't even know, man. I don't know that
Yeah,
shit.
I'm just trying to
Don't care.
understand
Doesn't
why
matter.
there was a
But it's
ban
like
on dancing.
it's like it's not even dad humor. You go into the office and there are these NPC people. I don't want to call people NPCs, but that's the kind of association. I think the whole you have this absolutely atrocious office small talk about things that everybody hates. It's terrible banter. And it's just like, oh, yesterday, oh, that was so hard, with the new Beyonce album and the dancing wasn't allowed. Oh, God, tested us so hard then. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Slap, slack. I don't know.
Hmm.
It's just boomer humor,
Yeah, it's
whatever.
like
It's stupid.
the ludicrous display last night type of comment or what.
Legitimately, this weekend when I was at work, there was an older tester there that also was testing on some other stuff. And at some point, he said, because outside work, you can see that there's like a bench in front of the window where people sometimes sit to eat from like restaurants and stuff. and he was making a joke that, we need a no feeding allowed sign,
Oh,
and I didn't get it immediately. I was like, oh, and I just said, because of the people. He's like, yeah, oh,
wow.
no, because the people, no feeding allowed. They're not allowed to eat out there. I guess I
So
don't
they
know.
can sit on the bench, though they just can't eat, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Hmm.
just, I mean, it can be annoying to have people sitting outside the window when you're working, but it's just working in the city. Hot dog working in the city, looking outside, seeing people eat eat the glizzy. Yeah.
I have another one here.
Yeah, okay.
I just like have no context
Oh,
on
yeah, this
these.
is easier. This is much easier.
Is
You shouldn't have too many questions about this. This is just Gertrude in her garden where she has like a lot of
Gertrude.
plants on her bench.
Gertrude. Why is this
And
the typical
she's
name
she's just
too?
it, it is I mean, it's very likely that is a name. Heidi, maybe, Elke, that's another one. Ilse.
Gertrude, Elke, Heidi, all the German names, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're very common.
Okay.
Uschi.
Ushi. I've
Yeah,
never heard the name Ushi.
yeah, that's a common one too.
The fuck?
I mean, I don't know if that still is in her age group now, but I assume. Yeah, she's wearing mom core. That's so mom core.
Momcore.
That's it's painful. And yeah, the caption of it looks kind of like Celtic stuff, to be honest. It doesn't matter. She wears the classic long sleeve shirt under short sleeve shirt, with the mom jeans.
Yeah, that feels more like grunge fashion.
Yeah, but that's just how older women dress now. That's how the fashion is. That's what they get sold at Ola Popkin, which is like where the old women go shop for clothes
Really?
and
Like, is
fashion.
this even now do you mean by now? Because this image that this person has used for the meme, I think this is a pretty old picture. Like, I don't know if this is recent
I
source
see.
material.
I see suburban moms dress like this still. When I
Yeah?
go to the mall or to the city, I see these women wearing that stuff for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, literally before the podcast, when I came home from the gym and I bought myself some frozen pizza that I'm still eating, uh, I saw a guy that was so red, he must have basically lived on the sun in the past day or two,
Yikes.
and and his partner, and they basically looked exactly like this. They looked exactly like you would expect him from this photo. And yeah. Anyway, the caption of this says, "Can can one listen to the new Beyonce album like this?
Wearing
Is this
jeans
outfit
and
is this fit fine for doing that? Am I hip enough? Do I have pep? Do I have chutzpah?
chutzpah.
Yeah. Is this the right amount of moxie for this music?
Oh.
Can I tut and waggle my finger to this
Tut and
while I
waggle
bounce
your
my foot?
finger. What? Do people say tut and waggle their finger? Come on, Shalama.
To you waggle your finger because it's so outrageous how this music is, but you still listen to it even though it
Oh,
makes you blush with how, yeah. Oh,
waggle.
this is so outrageous. Oh, the things they say in this stuff. Oof. Yeah. No.
Ugh.
Chutzpah, I think, is a Yiddish term, actually. They wouldn't say that. If I'm incorrect, write in at shalamabiz with a Z at gmail.com and complain why I'm incorrect.
Chutzpah means
So far,
extreme.
nobody has taken me up on this offer.
It means extreme self confidence or audacity.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I only know it because it's a stat in Kingdom of Loathing and in West of Loathing, which is a silly stickman black and white
Oh, that
series of
Western
games.
game.
Yeah.
A weird, silly game where you just walk
Hmm.
around spitting in spittoons and
Yeah.
finding
You can be a pasta mancer.
pasta
You
mancer.
can, yeah, you can shoot meatballs at people or whatever with
Hmm.
magic. Waggle
Cool.
your spatula around
In approval or in disapproval?
with aggression and great prejudice.
Do I give you another meme or are we done?
You can give me one more meme,
One
but
more?
I think that I think that I'm overloaded. Over almond.
Okay, here it is. Explain it and read it
What?
for those who are not watching.
What? I'm
Oh,
confused.
you don't get this one?
No, I'm trying to get this. Well, you see the boots and the jeans from, I guess, mid calf down on this person. They are wearing They are wearing Vans and they have the cuffs of their pants rolled up, but they are still covering their pants, or
Yeah, and they're
their foot
also
all the way to
water
the floor.
stained, the cups.
Yeah, and the caption says,
It's been raining.
"So off to the 10th Easter walk."
So you go and you take a walk for Easter like this?
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
understand.
I don't understand either. I don't know why it's the 10th walk you do on Easter. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just confused.
Why do you do 10 walks on Easter?
I don't know. Also, on the left in the background, it looks like there are palm trees.
Yeah, there are. Those are palm trees.
Is this secretly Spain or Miami?
I don't know.
Like Florida, something.
All we know is it's not Texas.
Yeah, that's true. It's not Texas. Yeah, the comments are also useless for this because it is a series of images. So, yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. These are all just terrible. Germans making memes uh, that get memed on are terrible. And generally, also the memes memeing on German memes are also terrible.
Mm,
Some of them are kind of funny, but all of them come from pain. All of them just come from pain, honestly.
yeah,
Yeah.
think that was enough of that incomprehensible
Yeah.
material.
Yeah. I feel like that's true. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's that, I guess, for today's episode. Uh thanks thanks for having me. Thanks for being here. I don't know who hosts this, to be honest. We are
I
hosting
host
this.
this. Everything else you
Fine, you
might
host.
host, but I host this one.
Fine. Anca hosts this.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for having me. Thanks for listening. We love you lots. I don't know if Anka does, but maybe
Eh,
she doesn't want to tell you.
I'm ambivalent.
Eh, fine. She won't tell you, but she thinks that. She thinks that anyway. Don't believe her.